everyone's having a good time today. So I'm so excited to share with you my story. I can remember when I was once a Xavier High School student like most of you, and I would go to school taking the car, and it would only take me 10 to 15 minutes of my travel. And the driver would drive me to school in an air-conditioned car, and I would just recline on my seat listening to my music of choice. And things were very easy for me. I did not have to think about how much energy I have to put in traveling to school, and it was guaranteed for me to get to school at a short span of time in a short distance. However, things changed when I graduated from high school and studied college at De La Salle University, Manila, and I took up organizational communication for my major. And university life was 9 kilometers away from home, which was 9 times farther I have to travel compared to traveling to Xavier. And it would take me around 1 hour to travel there by car. However, if traffic was really bad, it would take me around 4 hours. Imagine 4 hours inside the car, not being able to do anything about it. And being in the car made me feel so unproductive that I could have done some homework or passion projects on my own. And traffic in Manila is pretty much unpredictable, and I could not really know whether if I'm going to make it to class or not. It's either 1 hour or 4 hours. So, what was suggested to me during my first year in college was to actually take public transportation. And as a person who has never tried public transportation in my own country, the idea of commuting was so rare, it was so strangely foreign to me. And it felt worse when I feel that I was actually more used to commuting in other countries like Singapore. And it's such a shame that I'm not very familiar with how the system works here. Since I really did not want to, I really did not want to be unsure or uncertain about if I would be able to make it for my class or not, I decided to take the train. Taking the train was one of those opportunities where I was able to get out of my comfort zone. And I was able to go through crowded train stations and trains, and I really smelled bad. It's like everybody gone through a workout. And it's something I had to get used to. And normally I'd come to Xavier feeling fresh, but this one was different. I felt like I went to war, and I really had to get used to that kind of feeling. And it was also difficult for me because these were the signs that I saw around in our trains and train stations, and you can see how well it's designed. I mean, there are many different kinds of designs, different fonts, different layouts, but it really confused me on how I could place myself wherever I am. I really don't know where to go. I really didn't know where I was. And the state of design in this country, I believe, is quite disappointing for me because I feel like it's not given so much thought compared to other countries. And I actually remember the time where I almost missed the station I was supposed to get down at because the train driver would say the station when I arrived at the station, but I kind of misheard it because the speakers were muffled and I couldn't understand him, and he would often sound like this. And for those who take the train, will be able to relate to this.
Next station, Magallanes. Manatili lang itong safety na. Iwasan ang pagsundal sa pag-inasa. Next station, Magallanes.
Diba? I mean, in other countries, it's already pre-recorded. And ganda pa ng boses. Diba? So, although it was difficult for me, I mean, manong train driver said, mag-ingat sa mga mandurukot. Well, thanks for reminding me on how safe my environment is. The way they communicate safety makes me feel very worried about my surroundings, and I wish I did not have to, think about it a lot. But, all the hassle that I had to go through was quite worth it because I had to go through two train lines and 13 stations total, and it only took me 45 minutes minimum compared to the 1 to 4 hour uncertain, unproductive trip by car. And I thought it was more practical. And because it was more practical, this was the routine that I did when I would go to from the LSU. And every time I would, take the train here in Manila, I would often think, as a designer, how would I be able to make a better experience for everyone? I mean, I've gone to other countries like Singapore, and wow, it's so beautiful. Tapos in our country, what you saw a while ago was what you have. And as a designer, I feel like there was a calling for me to actually be able to do something about it and be able to bring design and find a place in our society today. So 2 years ago, that was, I was second year college that time, and I was able to email Light Rail Manila Corporation, who is the operator of LRT1, the Manila line, and I told them about my experience. I also told them about what I can do for them as a graphic designer. And I really did not expect a lot since I was busy with my college requirements. But after a few days, they actually replied to me. I was surprised, and I was surprised and happy that I had the chance to actually be able to redesign signages for our public. And I was not just happy. I was afraid. I was scared because I did not know how to do business with people. I did not know how to speak professionally to the higher ups, to the legit people, and I was just that average student, that ambitious kid who wanted to make a difference. But it was such a learning process for me, and I decided to go through with it. And now that I graduated, I'm actually still working with them as a freelance designer, and I'm happy that I am still in that journey with them. So an idea was to create signages about safety and etiquette that will be able to tell people, this is how you present yourself in the trains, this is how you become safe. But in a more creative manner, it's not just typing text and printing it out or writing it on bond paper. It's more about being able to create an experience for people. As you can see, there's a consistent style to it, with consistent fonts and colors. And you can see here in one of the etiquette campaigns that we've made, you can see that they're all consistent in a way that the treatment of the cartoons are, the same, with different emotions per character. And by using vibrant colors that will give more personality and character to the travel experience. And it does make a big difference. One of my favorite projects with them was when I created a safety campaign where we used hugot lines to be able to communicate safety messages. And you can see here, do not lean on the train doors, but also says, kapit ka na lang kay crush, wag na sa pintong ito. And it really got a lot of impact from social media. And of course, they became safety advocates. And it's nice that there's an awareness to safety in a way that is also fun, something that people will be able to appreciate. And of course, a lot of people who commute in the trains here are often bothered or often carrying a heavy baggage because of work. And if you come into a train, seeing this kind of personality inside the trains will really change the mood of a certain person. So even if I was able to do things like this, I may not be able to solve all the problems in this world. I may not be able to create more trains or be able to build more stations and facilities for people. But because of that, the limitations I have made me realize that I can design, I can communicate. And that's what matters to me, the growth of my character as a designer, and the change that I'm able to bring to people. So, talking about problems, we have other problems here in our country, so many problems, and I often ponder upon how will I be able to solve them, or how will I be able to give solutions. So, there are three things that I've considered as a Filipino. Number one, I can go away and find a better life elsewhere. I mean, it's easy to just go to another country and start your life again. But every country has its own story. Every country has its own problems. But as a Filipino, I prefer to stay in my own country, in my own story, and solve our problems together. Or number two, I can stay and complain. I can go to social media, I can go to my parents and just rant all day. Walang pag-asa ang Pilipinas, walang kwenta. As if it's going to help at all. Or number three, I can stay and make a difference in any small way I can. I mean, people think it's a small thing, but the impact is big. And it makes people feel better about their experiences when they commute, and it gives a better environment, better and more positive environment for all commuters. So, uh, because I took the train to Manila, I was able to explore the rest of the wonderful city. And I assure you, it's wonderful, it's beautiful. And I also got the chance to visit Intramuros, the heritage site everyone is familiar with. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with the Manila Cathedral, the San Agustin Museum, and Fort Santiago, especially from your previous field trips. And there was a time that I was able to explore the heritage site myself without an itinerary this time. And wow, there were so many places that I didn't know that existed. I would call them hidden gems, like the Bagumbayan Lights and Sound Museum, the Casa Manila Museum, the Ayuntamiento de Manila, Baluarte de San Diego, and many other architectural finds. And these places I really recommend people to go to. So an idea was born out of the want to be able to give people a chance to visit these places by having an information guide that will be able to tell them where to go and how to get to beautiful attractions. So during my thesis year, my thesis mates and I created a mobile app called Infomuros. So it's a mobile travel guide that attracts tourists to over 30 plus attractions in Intramuros. A lot of people actually just know 4. And it's such a surprise that a lot of people found out that, wow, there are so many places to go in Intramuros. And because of that, it's able to improve Philippine tourism. And in the production of our app, we had to do so much. We had to learn about user experience design, communication research, photography, writing, and so many other skills. And this was the first time we were going to make an app, so we really didn't know how to do it. But we still pursued and learned, and we were able to create something that we're very much proud of. And one of the insights that we got, because we went out to Intramuros and we interviewed tourists about their experience, and they did say that, oh, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where else to go. All I did was I got lost in the walled city and whatever. Then I get tired and I go home. And sayang, kasi you don't get to really explore it because you really didn't know where to go. And it's nice to have this app to be able to tell you other things like the visitor center, which a lot of tourists actually don't remember where they are or doesn't know that it even exists. And so we made it available for Android, for tourists to use. And we made it available in South Korean language in Korean to be able to cater to our South Korean tourists who account for the highest number of tourist visits in Intramuros. And we did this as a thesis, and we kind of didn't care if it goes anywhere or not. But we finished it, but we didn't know it went this far, that we were able to get our names, get featured on Spot.ph, the Business Mirror newspaper, as well as When in Manila. And that struck us, and that made us realize that we actually made something possible. We were also able to collaborate with a lot of people. So we got to know a lot of people who had the same interests as we do. And it's very important that we collaborate to get to know more people, just so we can be able to connect with people who have the same vision for our world. So to close my talk for you today, I want you guys to be able to acknowledge your interests and try as many things as you can, as early as you can. And these are the 2 options I just gave, the LRT and Infomuros, were just 2 of the things that you can do. I mean, you can volunteer for your local community, work in an NGO, you can start your own business and communities with people who share the same interests, and it will go a long way. And being able to join these kinds of communities will be able to help you communicate and stand up for things that you believe in, such as, for me, public safety, etiquette. It can also be about culture and the arts, music, dance, truth, kindness, and many other advocacies that may resonate with you. So, I can remember when I was once the most reliable person when it comes to designing presentations for my group reports. And I think I still am. Up to this point, they're asking me to do a lot of designs. And who knew at this point, I'm now designing for thousands of commuters who take the train daily. it feels like it's such a big responsibility, but it's humbling in a way that it inspires me. It inspires me to design more. It inspires me to learn more, to go out to the world, explore, and be able to hear and translate the stories of whom I design for. And I can tell you, to the young people here today, I really suggest, get out of your comfort zone, know the world, because who knows that your potential can be the solution to our country's greatest problems. And go experience things, no matter the sacrifices and the struggles that you have to go through. I say that it's gonna be worth it because number one, you're gonna be able to learn a lot of things about yourself in the world. And number two, you'll be able to help a lot of people. So go out there and make a difference. Go out there and make a difference in the Philippines. And no matter who you are, no matter what kind of person you are, no matter what you like, no matter what your interests are, you'll be able to do something. So I want to ask this question for you today. Where's the Philippines headed now? Thank you.